Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the international press conference after the 9th run of the DTM season 2008. Having on stage only two drivers yet, because Bernd Schneider is coming a little bit later because of another interview. But we are very much congratulating Paul Di Resta for his second season victory, for his second DTM victory. Paul, what kind of a victory was it? How does it feel? You seem to be not getting rid of the smile.
I must say, after yesterday, I had a great car, probably the quickest car, and I didn't do a very good job in Q3, but we did the fastest time overall. So I was a little bit disappointed, but I had a great start today. I was able to challenge a little bit to Timo going into the first corner, but it's always a little bit risky. But we were very strong during the first stint, and also when we came out of the pits for the second stint. And I was clearly quicker in some parts of the track, and he had a little bit of an advantage other places. And I knew where I had to be close. Thankfully, I was very close one lap, and I saw an opportunity and made it. And it was a good move. I think quite fair. And after that, we were a little bit quicker, and it was all about bringing the car home for the race. And it's just great. I have to thank my team, especially because they've done a great job from Brands Hatch to here, moving forward. And I hope we can continue it for Le Mans.
We have to talk about the race a little bit. In the early stages, it reminded me a little bit of Brands Hatch. You were very, very close, almost hitting the back dampers of Timo, but he didn't make a single mistake. But then you saw the chance. Describe us the overtaking maneuver. What did he make wrong, or you make right in that scene?
I'm not too sure. After the start, I thought, oh, here we go, another race behind him. And he's very good with pressure. But I was running very close. Corner 3 was able to run quite close and seize an opportunity at the fourth corner. And it's nice to be able to do that in DTM. Some people say it's a bit disappointing because you can't overtake. It shows you if you have the potential in the car, it's possible to do. And clearly we had the speed to do it today.
Is this suddenly there that this gap opens up and you, in your mind, the process goes on, now I have to go in, now I have to cut him? Is it like that? Can you describe that a little bit?
There's still such a long way to go, and you can't take any risks, especially when you're very close to him in the championship. And there's still 2 races to go, 7 points. So it's all about scoring points, and that's what I'm going to try and continue to do. We've came off the back of 2 second places and a first place, and shown very strong performances. So our aim is just to keep it up and do normal races like we have in the past, and hopefully it's good enough to be at the top.
Next race will be Le Mans. You are now 7 points behind Timo. You made it up a little bit, but only a little bit. You'll be 10k heavier then. Give us a little preview. What do you expect from Le Mans? It's also a very tight circuit.
Yeah, of course, it's a difficult circuit. I'm not sure what the weight will do or how much difference it makes. That's up to the engineers to try and calculate. I'm just going to go there with the same attitude as I have for the last year or two. And just see what I can do, and try and get the best out of the car, but work together with the team and push forward, and hopefully it's good enough.
Thanks, Paul. Coming to Timo, second place, still 7 points ahead. Yeah, describe the race. You are smiling. You don't seem to be disappointed, I think.
No, definitely not. So I made the move I thought maybe I can do during the start with overtaking Bernd. That worked quite well, and afterwards Paul was just giving me all the time pressure, and he was a little quicker than we were today, but in the end he did a quite good move into the hairpin, and I was the guy just to survive and to bring the points home, and he was the guy to take the risk, and he took it, and I just gave him the place, and I knew it will be a hard day for us today to finish in front of Paul, and it wasn't possible so far. But he did an unbelievable good job, so he was consistent until the end of the race, and that was the key. We had a bit of problem during the second pit stop. We lost a bit of time. I think the rear right was a problem. But afterwards, the race went quite in the right direction for us, and we saved 8 points.
What kind of feeling is this to have Paul Di Resta all the time so super big in your rearview mirrors, pressurizing all the time? Must be a very hard one.
Well, I know him quite well from Brands, so he was all the time 88 laps behind me. So today it wasn't so much, but in the end we finished on the podium. That was the target, and catch so many points as possible.
With what feelings, with what emotions you go now to Le Mans in 2 weeks' time? Still 7 points ahead of Paul di Resta. I think there's only one real big contender left now after this race. It's Paul. 7 points ahead. Defend or attack or what?
Well, like I said before this race, we have to attack all the time because DTM is DTM, and that means you have to fight until the end of the season. And they will give us a hard time, that's for sure. But we will push as well until the end, and if we manage it, we will see. But I can say I will push until the end.
But anywhere on the far horizon, do you see almost this golden finish line? Do you see it?
Well, in my deepest dreams, maybe, but not yet, because I know we have still 20 points to catch. So I know that it will be hard, but I will fight, like I said.
Okay, thanks, Timo. Bernd, after the 25th pole position, not the 44th victory, but on podium, 3rd place. Congratulations for that. It was the start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit surprising. All my practice starts have been very good. And when I released the brakes, I had immediately too much wheel spin. And then I had fight to defend the 3rd position in the first corner. But I was really lucky that Tomczyk was really fair in this corner. He let me the space on the outside. And then I had a really hard time because I had only one set new tires. I think both of them had 2. You also one.
Only one.
And this was a bit hard in the end or in the beginning to get the speed of pole. But in the end, I think I'm really satisfied. My speed was okay in the end, and I just was not quick enough to catch him up.
This was a really tight battle, a really close battle with Martin Tomczyk in the beginning of the race. How crucial was it for the race then?
Yeah, he was a bit quicker on the straight. In the corners, I have been a bit quicker, and I had to pay attention in first corner. But I didn't spend so much time in the mirrors. I was more concentrating to the front because I still was thinking I could fight against Timo. But in the end, I was lucky I was happy to finish 3rd.
You almost could have had a fight with him after the second pit. So you already said they had a little problem on the rear right. It was rather close when you came out of the pits, and Timo just passed along you.
Yeah, that's right. And also I had a little mistake a little problem in the pit stop. But other hand, it would be an interesting fight. If he with new tires, I'm with used. I think it would be interesting.
Thank you, Bernd. 3rd place, congratulations for that. Paul, what kind of party can we expect tonight? Or are you so bored and fly home tonight?
No party for him.
No. I stay in Barcelona for the evening. I'm not sure. We have to see when we go back and what we can rustle up. But the main thing I think is to focus now on Le Mans. It's quite soon, and that's where my aim is going to be.
But for this evening, you can forget Le Mans. It's just easy go flat out, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul di Resta. Congratulations very much. And now in their own languages, starting with the 2nd place, Timo Scheider in German.
Ja, der Start hat gut funktioniert, so wie ich mir das vorgestellt habe. Konnte den Bernd gleich überholen und danach hat mir der Paul eigentlich die ganze Zeit eine Menge Druck gegeben und hat auch probiert an allen Stellen es irgendwie zu nutzen, wenn eine Lücke da war, und dann in Turn 4 in die Hairpin war er einfach mal zu dicht dran und hat die Chance probiert zu nutzen, und ich war in dem Moment der Gejagte, und mir war klar, wenn er attackiert, muss ich ihm den Platz geben, weil ich wollte keinen Frontsplitter oder was auch immer riskieren, um am Ende vielleicht doch das Risiko zu gehen, nicht anzukommen oder hinter die Punkte zurückzufallen oder vom Podium runter. Und das war, glaube ich, ein cleverer Entscheid in dem Moment, und ich musste sehen, dass der Paul einfach schneller war. Danke an meine Jungs, wir haben, glaube ich, alles gegeben heute. Heute war der Paul speziell einfach einen Schritt besser als wir. Wir werden weiter hart arbeiten und freuen uns dann auf Le Mans.
Danke, Timo, und ebenso in Deutsch bitte Bernd Schneider.
Ich war eigentlich sehr zuversichtlich für meinen Start. Ich hatte sehr gute Practice-Starts, und dann direkt, als ich losgefahren bin, habe ich ein bisschen zu viel durchdrehende Räder gehabt, und dadurch sind beide an mir vorbei. Und dann war es für mich schwierig, den Speed zu gehen. Am Anfang musste ich noch aufpassen, dass Tomczyk mich nicht so stark attackiert. Mit dem hatte ich einen schönen Fight und dadurch habe ich auch noch ein bisschen Zeit verloren. Aber nachher war mein Auto super, vor allen Dingen zum Schluss als ich ziemlich lang auf gebrauchten Reifen war mein Auto sehr gut. Ich konnte mir es gut einteilen und bin dann zum Schluss ist nach Hause gefahren, weil nach vorne war Platz und nach hinten auch ein bisschen dann. Und das war auch gut so. In meinem Alter muss man zum Schluss nicht mehr so unter Druck sein.
Very good. Thank you very much, and thanks for a really stunning race. Congratulations again to Paul di Resta, Timo Scheider, Bernd Schneider, and also the information that Matthias Ekström got a 50-second penalty for his maneuvers against Jamie Green. He's now in 9th position. The first 8 are Paul di Resta, Timo Scheider, Bernd Schneider. 4th, Martin Tomczyk, then Mike Rockenfeller, Alexandre Prema in 6th position, Jamie Green 7, and Ralf Schumacher 8. That's information just coming from the stewards right now. That's the result of the race. And now we are welcoming the two heads of motorsports here on stage, Norbert Haug and Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich. Hello. Tag auch.
Hi.
Norbert Haug, first of all, a question to you, because Mercedes won this race. Was it the overtaking maneuver of the year in DTM, Paul di Resta against Timo Scheider?
Well, I don't know whether it was the overtaking maneuver, but at the end of the day, it's important that you overtake, and I think Paul did a remarkable job today. He put pressure on Timo and just was faster at the end. It was a fair race. I think these two guys showed how you can compete, and I feel I'm very sad that this did not happen throughout the field everywhere, because it's just not what we want to see. And I think the stewards of the meeting need to be very strict, because these are just not the driving manners. But coming back to the good points, it was a great race at the top. And in my view, everything is open. I think it was quite clear that Paul was the fastest guy at the end of the day. Timo did a good job in getting the place that was possible today. And it's still open. It's still 2 races to go. Of course, it's not the best scenario if you got 10 kilogram and go to Le Mans, but you never know. I think we are strong, and I think we improved a lot since the beginning, thanks to the HW guys, thanks to Gerhard, to Jürgen. It was a good display, good strategy. I could not have wished for more. Of course, if you have 2 guys on a podium, strong competition, I think Timo's really exceptional driver this year. He has a good car, he has a good package. But I think it's very balanced, and today we just were that a little bit better, and hopefully we can continue like that. We were in Brands Hatch in good shape with 10 kilogram. I think everybody could see that there was at least a chance to win. More and more you can see that Timo and Paul are the 2 guys this year that fight it out, and hopefully it will happen in Hockenheim, and hopefully we will have 1 point more than Timo at the end.
Nevertheless, Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich, Timo Scheider came only in second place, but still the gap is 7 points. He made another big step towards the championship. That's how I see it. Do you agree?
I mean, he brought his position home where he started from. Timo and Paul had a really good fight at the beginning of the race. Then after the tire change, there was an advantage to be seen at Paul di Resta. And at the end he could pass Timo and could a little bit pull away. I think then at the end he just controlled the speed. A little bit of the difference for sure was also given that Paul, if I have seen it right, had 2 sets of new tires, and Timo had only 1 set of new tires, which makes a small difference here. But this is coming out of the qualifying, so it's a decision of everybody how he runs it. I'm fairly happy with the result for Timo, because he proved again that first he can live very nice under pressure, and on the other hand he is clever enough to do it in the right moment. Good teamwork from the guys, pit stops went well, everything's fine. What we have seen at the end between Eki and Green, I have seen that the race directors have taken a decision. I don't want to comment it, I need to have a proper look on what happened.
But nevertheless, Matthias must have been very furious because he attacked first. You didn't see the pictures? You did not at all see the pictures yet?
I mean, we saw something, but you always need to see the whole story to understand completely. I really don't want to comment it, and I would like to have a chance to talk to the guys first and see the pictures.
That's fair and square. So let me ask you another question. You have 2-year-old cars in the points, Mike Rockenfeller and Alexandre Bremard. That's also very outstanding, I think.
I think that's really good because they have been on the pace the whole weekend, and I think it's fair that they earn some points here in the race, which after a long discussion about the performance of the 07 cars, at least now it is a little bit possible to go into the points, even if it is tough fighting. I think Rocky didn't even have a very top pit stop. Maybe he could have done a little bit better, but it wouldn't have changed his position. He was racing very strong from the beginning to the end, Alexandre Bremard as well. And I think they also did all these difficult moves under blue with the faster ones in a very proper and clean way. And I think that shows how it can be and how it should be.
No, but do you want to say something about the scene between Matthias Ekström and Jamie Green? How did you see it? Or did
Well,
you
everybody saw
see
it. I mean, everybody saw it, and everybody should take their own conclusions. I have mine, and I can look at it again. There have been more important things than the fight for the 5th place. Reality is that Jamie should have come home 5th, and now he's 7th. Whatever the penalties for Ekström is. I just personally, and we do not like that kind of driving. You know, I'm a guy who really tells you this was exceptional drive, this was great. I saw a lot of them from Matthias, but I think that's what we saw today, and this is my personal comment, is not what we like. But anyway, let's concentrate on the guys in front, and let's discuss some background stuff later on. I'm sure we will, and I'm sure we find a solution like we did in the past. There were more controversial things, but today quite a few cars were spun around. You can see that. I do not want to make a drama out of it, not at all. But we will have a look at it, and we come to a conclusion with the DMSB, that's for sure. Not addressing it is just not the solution. But today I think we saw a clean, fair, very good race from lots of guys. Not all of them, but I think the majority, and I think the championship and everybody who's watching it can looking forward to 2 more exciting races. It's going to be tough. The final in Hockenheim will be hopefully still open. We're working on it, and that will be a very good positive showdown, like last year, for example. It was after Barcelona, very controversial race last year, but I think a great race at the end, and I think we are working on that, and I think we can achieve it really.
Dr. Wolfgang, the last question to you. Going to Le Mans, seeing the concurrents, seeing the rivals being there 10 kilos heavier, can Timo Scheider close the door in Le Mans? What do you think?
This is very optimistic, I think. Our competitors are so close, and we know this, so if we can continue to keep the distance or not losing too many points, I think we can be happy. And if at the end maybe we have a race at the end where we can get some points more than our competitors, that's fine. But I think 10 kilos help a little bit. There is no question about this. But it's not what makes the big difference. That's what we know. And I'm quite sure, like Norbert already said, we are going to see great racing in Le Mans, and we will try to get as many points as possible and try to run a great and fair touring car race.
Norbert, one more last question to you. Will there be a Scottish party tonight?
Not too long. We fly home. I have to go to Singapore with Pedro on Wednesday already. So there's another job to do. It's even more tight than in DTM. We lost some points currently. Hopefully we got them back tomorrow. But it will be an exciting race, and I hope you all will watch it. First night race. I think that's really Formula One history. But we will have hopefully a small little party, and then we go towards 6:30, 7 and go home. And then we see. I think the next 2 races Of course, the 10 kilogram help, that's for sure. And of course, if you have some points more, you are the favorite. And I think Timo is really a guy who delivered, but Paul is a guy who delivered too. Looking back, he had a slipping clutch in Hockenheim, which is purely our problem, but I think a third place would have possible. I would like to be the championship to be even closer, like you guys as well. But we try to keep it open, and that's the plan, and then the best one should win. And we see, I think it's very balanced, and it's very thrilling at the top, and we need to continue like that, and then it's really good motorsport.
So we might be on the same plane tomorrow. Well, no, to Singapore.
Wednesday. I only go Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay.
I'm not a television guy who can go early,
tomorrow.
so we need to have some office hours in between.
I don't have office hours. I sleep in planes. Okay. Thanks, Norbert Haug. Thanks, Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich. And let's close it all with the statements in the home language in German. Starting with Norbert, please.
Ja, ein großartiges Rennen von Paul, muss man wirklich sagen. Kompliment, junger Bursche, Titelgewinner Formel 3, Euroserie hier, natürlich schon einige Jahre unterwegs, kennt die DTM gut. Ich habe keinen Fehler gesehen. Er hat sich den Timo, der wirklich ein sehr, sehr starkes Jahr hat, regelrecht zurechtgelegt. Hier zu überholen ist fast gar ein Ding der Unmöglichkeit, aber Paul hat es geschafft. Kompliment. Ich denke, wir haben etwas die Nase vorne gehabt. Wir haben diesmal kein Gewichtshandicap wie im Pressekonferenz gehabt. Schon da ist der Paul dicht an Timo dran gewesen, aber er konnte eben nicht vorbei, weil da war das Überholen noch schwieriger. Und es war dort ausgeglichener als hier. Hier war ein kleiner Vorteil da für uns. Hoffentlich können wir die 10 Kilo damit kompensieren, die wir jetzt im Le Mans bekommen. Alles ist nach wie vor offen. Wir wollen Fairplay bis zum Schluss. Ich glaube, das, was die Spitzenreiter gezeigt haben, war gut. Was man weiter hinten gesehen hat, hat mir nicht gefallen und das wird adressiert werden, soll aber jetzt nicht im Detail hier besprochen werden. Insgesamt denke ich, dass die Meisterschaft aus einem sehr guten Kurs ist. Wenn wir zurückdenken, in Zandvoort sah es schon nach einer deutlichen Audi-Überlegenheit aus. Seither ist alles ziemlich ausgeglichen. Am Regen, am Nürburgring waren wir sicherlich stärker, in Pressekonferenz vielleicht Audi ein Tick stärker, hier wir wieder ein Tick stärker. Das Pendel schwingt hin und her. So soll es sein und so bleibt das Ganze spannend. Und deshalb glaube ich, ist die DTM auf einem wirklich guten Kurs und wir freuen uns auf das nächste Rennen.
Thanks, Norbert Haug. And now, Herr Doktor, please.
Timo ist heute ein sehr gutes Rennen gefahren. Er hat wirklich das Beste aus dem Rennen herausgeholt. Er hat keine Fehler gemacht. Er hat einen sehr langen und sehr schönen Fight mit Paul di Resta gehabt. Beim Überholmanöver, denke ich, haben sich beide sehr wohl überlegt, was sie tun. Und ich glaube, dass man mit den Turnwagen so einen ganz kleinen Kontakt, wie es ihn gegeben hat, den muss man akzeptieren. Das gehört in irgendeiner Form dazu. Aber wir haben sicherlich auch im Mittelfeld dann auch im Rennen Situationen gesehen, die von unterschiedlichen Verhalten geprägt wurden, die in irgendeiner Form auch manchmal das Gefühl gehabt haben, dass die Jungs nicht sehen, wer hinter oder wer neben ihnen ist. Aber man muss vielleicht auch auf das eine sehen und dazu möchte ich ein bisschen einige dieser Situationen entschuldigen. Es war natürlich auch so, dass man extrem von allen aufgepasst hat, dass man die Vorderen wirklich nicht behindert. Und dadurch kam es auch zu Situationen, die ganz einfach, wenn man jemanden schnell durchlässt, aber mit zwei anderen im Infight ist, dann vielleicht sich doch die Situation so verändert, dass man sich plötzlich wo wiederfindet, wo man eigentlich zuvor gar nicht war. Und das kann natürlich dann schon zu interessanten Situationen finden. Aber das, denke ich, war insgesamt auch für die Zuschauer etwas, was das Rennen sehr interessant und spannend gemacht hat. Es war permanent was los. Und über das, was zum Schluss geschehen ist, werden wir sicherlich noch intern reden müssen.
So, thank you, Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich. Thanks, Norbert Haug, and see you on this stage or a similar one in 2 weeks' time in Le Mans. Thank you very much.
Danke.
Thank you.